Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something straight from the heart. When a person truly loves you, they ain't just trying to impress you. They trying to understand you. Real love don't hide behind fancy dates or sweet talk. It shows up in the small things, the way they listen, the way they ask, the way they care. Because a person who really loves you will ask you two powerful questions. How are you really doing? And what do you need from me to make your life better? True love is shown through genuine curiosity, not control. When a person truly loves you, they don't just want to know where you are or what you're doing. They want to understand who you are. There's a difference between someone checking up on you and someone checking in with you. A person who loves from the heart doesn't ask questions out of suspicion. They ask out of genuine care. When they ask, how was your day? They mean it. They're not looking for a short answer. They're listening for the story behind your words, the emotions behind your tone, the truth behind your silence. Love built on curiosity is love that seeks connection, not control. In relationships, too many people confuse control with care. They think love means constantly monitoring the other person, knowing every move, every message, every step. But that's not love. That's insecurity. True love gives freedom. It trusts. It allows space for individuality while still staying emotionally connected. When a person loves you genuinely, they ask because they care about your experience, not because they're afraid of losing control. They're curious about your dreams, your fears, your growth. They want to know what makes you light up and what brings you down, not because they want to use it against you, but because they want to walk beside you through it. See, curiosity in love is not about gathering information. It's about building understanding. When your partner asks questions from a place of curiosity, it shows they're invested in your soul. They want to discover the layers of you, the parts no one else has taken time to understand. That's how you know it's real. Someone who's just playing around doesn't care about your heart. They'll want to know why you're quiet today, what's bothering you, or what makes you smile when life gets hard. They want to know because they see you as more than a body. They see you as a story worth learning. True love also knows how to listen. You can't have genuine curiosity without listening with your heart. When a person truly cares, they don't interrupt. They don't dismiss, and they don't make it about themselves. They create a safe space for you to open up. That's when love grows, when two people can speak their truth without fear of judgment. The one who loves you will never make you feel small for being emotional or tired or vulnerable. Instead, their curiosity will draw them closer to you. So when you see someone who constantly asks, how are you really, or what do you need from me? Don't take it lightly. That's not a casual question. That's emotional investment. They're asking because they want to show up for you in the right way. They don't assume they know what you need. They ask because love, when it's real, is humble enough to learn. That's what genuine curiosity looks like. It listens, it learns, and it loves without control. Real partners ask questions that show they care about your well-being. When someone truly loves you, they don't just want to know how your day went. They want to know how your heart is doing. They want to know if you are okay deep down, not just on the surface. Anyone can ask you good, but only someone who genuinely loves you will look into your eyes and see when you're not. They pay attention to the things you don't say, to the tone of your voice, to the weight in your word. Love, when it's real, is deeply attentive. It listens to your silence just as much as it listens to your stories. A real partner isn't satisfied with the polite, "I'm fine." They'll keep asking until they know the truth because they want to be part of your healing, not just your highlight reel. You can always tell the difference between someone who loves you for convenience and someone who loves you for real by the kind of questions they ask. The convenient lover asks, "What's for dinner?" or "Where you going tonight?" The real one asks, "Are you resting enough? Is there anything stressing you out? What can I do to help?" They don't ask these questions to check off a box. They ask because your peace matters to them. They're not trying to fix you, but they want to support you in becoming whole. They're interested in your emotional health, your spiritual balance, your mental clarity. That's love in motion. A caring partner knows that life can be heavy, and sometimes you carry more than you show. They'll ask the questions that help you release that weight. They'll give you space to talk without judgment, and they'll listen without rushing you. Their goal isn't to solve every problem, but to remind you that you're not alone in facing them. And when they ask, "How can I make your day easier?" or "Is there anything I can take off your plate?" they're showing a level of empathy that only true love can inspire. Because love isn't selfish, it's aware. It notices when you're off balance and wants to help bring you back to center. In a world where everyone's busy and distracted, it's rare to find someone who pauses long enough to care. But that's what real love does. It pays attention. It sees the tiredness behind your smile, the doubt behind your confidence, and the hope that still flickers behind your pain. A real partner doesn't ignore those things. They care enough to ask questions that pull those truths out gently, with kindness and patience. They make it safe for you to be vulnerable because their love isn't conditional. They care about your heart, not just your presence. So when someone in your life takes time to ask how you really are, when they show consistent care without needing to be reminded, you're looking at something rare. That's not ordinary affection. That's love that wants to understand, protect, and nurture your well-being. The two questions reveal emotional investment and long-term intention. When someone truly loves you, the questions they ask go beyond surface-level conversation. They're not just trying to make small talk or fill silence. They're trying to understand your heart and your future. When a person asks, "How are you really doing?" and "What do you need from me to make your life better?" they are showing you that their love isn't temporary. They're showing emotional depth, concern, and commitment. These two questions reveal that they care about your emotional stability today and your happiness tomorrow. They're not asking because they feel obligated to. They're asking because your well-being matters to them on a soul level. That kind of curiosity is not for the moment, it's for a lifetime. When someone asks how you really doing, it's an emotional check-in, not a routine greeting. It's a question that tells you they've been paying attention. Maybe they notice you've been quieter lately, or maybe they can tell something's weighing on your mind. That question is a doorway to connection. It gives you permission to drop the mask and be real. You don't have to pretend to be strong when someone asks from a place of love. That one question says, "You're safe with me. You don't have to hide here." And that's what real love is supposed to do. Make you feel seen, safe, and supported without fear of judgment. Then comes the second question: what do you need from me to make your life better? That's a powerful one, because most people are focused on what they can get from a relationship, not what they can give. But when someone asks that, it means they're invested in building with you, not just enjoying the good moments. They're saying, I'm here to add value to your life. I want to be a blessing, not a burden. That's the kind of love that transforms lives. It's selfless, intentional, and mature. It's not about control, it's about contribution. That person is showing through their questions that they see your worth and want to help you thrive. Emotional investment doesn't come from saying, I love you. It comes from showing it through consistency, care, and curiosity. When someone loves you with long-term intention, their words and actions align. They ask about your dreams, your fears, and your goals, not because they're nosy, but because they want to grow alongside you. They want to be your partner in peace, not just your partner in passion. These two questions are signs that they're thinking beyond the present moment. They're thinking about building a future with you. Love isn't proven in grand gestures. It's proven in moments of sincerity. When someone asks these two questions, they're revealing their heart. They're saying, I see you, I care about you, and I'm here for you. That's emotional investment. That's real intention. That's love that's built to last. Love isn't proven through gifts or words, but through consistent concern. Anybody can buy you flowers, take you out, or say the right things, but that doesn't mean they truly love you. Words can sound sweet and gifts can look beautiful, but neither of those things can hold up a relationship without consistency. Real love doesn't need to be loud or glamorous. It shows up quietly, day after day, through small acts of care. It's in the text that says, did you eat? It's in the call just to check if you made it home safely. It's in the way they notice you're tired before you even say a word. Love that's genuine doesn't wait for special occasions to show up. It shows up all the time, even when it's inconvenient. Consistency is the heartbeat of true love. Anyone can love you on the good days when everything's easy, but it takes real commitment to love you through the storms. When someone truly cares, they don't disappear when you're struggling. They're not just present for the smiles, they stay for the tears. They keep showing up. Even when things get uncomfortable, that's the kind of concern that builds trust, because you learn that their love isn't based on your performance, it's based on their heart. Real love doesn't get tired of caring. It doesn't say, oh, that's enough, I've done my part. No, it keeps asking, are you okay even when you say you are? And it keeps showing up even when you push away. That's concern in action. When you love someone truly, you don't have to prove it through fancy gestures. You prove it by being there. You prove it by remembering what matters to them, by standing beside them when life hits hard. Love that lasts doesn't need to be shouted. It's steady, reliable, and loyal. It's about being consistent even when the excitement fades, even when the days feel ordinary. The truth is, gifts and words can fade, but consistency builds safety. It makes the other person feel that no matter what happens, they have someone they can depend on. And in a world full of temporary connections, that kind of love is rare and powerful. People often say actions speak louder than words, and that's true, but it's not just any action. It's the repeated intentional actions that come from genuine concern. A person who truly loves you doesn't just do things for show. They don't care who's watching. Their concern is private, honest, and real. They'll check on you not because it makes them look good, but because they can't rest until they know you're okay. They'll care for you not because they expect something back, but because loving you brings them peace. That's the kind of love that doesn't fade with time. So remember, love is not measured by what someone gives you once. It's measured by how they care for you always. When someone asks these two questions, they're showing they see your worth. Because let's be real, people don't ask deep, caring questions to just anybody. When someone takes the time to really check on your heart, it means they see something valuable in you. They see your potential, your strength, your spirit, and they want to protect it. They're not just attracted to you, they're connected to you. When they ask, how are you really doing, or what do you need from me to make your life better, they're saying, you matter to me. Your peace matters. Your dreams matter. That's not something you can fake, because that kind of concern comes from genuine admiration and respect. When a person sees your worth, they approach you differently. They're not careless with your emotions. They're cautious with your heart. They handle you with patience and empathy because they recognize that you are not just another person, you are a blessing. And that's what those questions represent. Acknowledgement, when someone asks about your emotional state or how they can contribute to your happiness, it's their way of saying, I value your presence in my life, and I'm willing to put in the effort to make sure you're okay. That's love that sees beyond the surface. It's love that looks at you and says, you deserve to be cared for. Too many people walk around feeling unseen. They give, they love, they show up, but nobody ever pauses to ask how they're doing. So when someone finally does, it hits different. It feels healing. It feels safe. It feels right. It reminds you that you are worthy of attention, not just when you're at your best, but even when you're breaking. And that's what true love does. It reminds you of your worth when you forget it yourself. Someone who truly loves you will speak to the value you carry, not the mistakes you've made. They'll see your scars and still believe in your beauty. They'll see your flaws and still choose to stand beside you. That's the kind of love those two questions come from. A love that honors who you are, not just what you can give. When a person takes time to understand you deeply, it's because they see you as someone precious. They're not there for convenience or comfort. They're there because your soul speaks to theirs. They see your worth in ways that even you might overlook. And when someone values you that much, they'll invest time, energy, and compassion into making sure you feel safe and loved. They don't want to lose you, not because they need you, but because they appreciate who you are. That's the difference between temporary affection and lasting love. So when someone asks those two questions, listen closely. That's love showing up in its purest form. It's love that sees you, values you, and honors you, not for what you do, but for who you are. That's how you know you're loved by someone who truly sees your worth. The difference between love and lust lies in what a person wants to know about you. Lust is interested in the surface. It's about attraction, excitement, and physical desire. Love, on the other hand, wants to go deeper. It's not satisfied with knowing what you look like. It wants to know what moves you, what breaks you, what builds you. Lust wants your body for a moment, but love wants your heart for a lifetime. The person who truly loves you will ask the kinds of questions that reach your soul. They'll ask about your dreams, your fears,